everybody, I'm Jana. I'm a dark fantasy artist and illustrator, and I love creating watercolor and ink studies in my sketchbook. Maybe you've seen my previous video on comparing ink and watercolor and stuff like that, and yeah, so I featured some studies in there and I filmed them with commentary, questionable as it is. And this is the first of them. This is my little sepia ink study of a cute little wren. Yeah, I hope you get something out of it. Settle in with a tea, with some sketchbook of your own, with some drawing of your own. I don't think it's riveting entertainment that is going to keep you glued to the screen, but maybe it's nice to have like one eye and one ear to one eye and one ear on it. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you feel like that and feel like doing that, and I'm gonna stop rambling now. I'm gonna stop rambling. Bye. Enjoy. So I have my reference on my screen here, and I'm going to be painting a study in sepia ink. And usually I would probably do the initial drawing, the initial sketch in pencil, but you know, we're going all in today. And I'm gonna do the whole thing in ink. Cheers. And the drink is on the right side, the water's on the left side. I have learned from experience, she says. So for the very initial sketch, because that one shouldn't be seen anymore by the time I'm done. Like, this is like doing a very soft pencil sketch, and I'm gonna do a very soft sketch in ink instead. And because I want to be very soft, I don't want this, you know, undiluted ink. That's why I'm gonna put some in my paint water. Let's check. Maybe we can already see this. This is very soft. Maybe kinda. So this is a very, very light color now, and I am gonna use it to create a very rough sketch of this wren. Very rough. Come on, don't be scared. Just go for it. Oh, I should have placed it more to the left. I have the tendency to place things more to the right than they should be. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this again. Just gonna paint over my initial sketch because it's so light. It should work. Shouldn't be a problem. Trying to catch the big shape. I feel like I'm back in art school. The funny thing is, when you're actually trying to explain to somebody what you're doing, you're becoming more conscious of it as well, and you also remember all the stuff you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so it's still a little bit too far to the gutter for my liking, but it's fine. It's fine. I mean, this is still gonna get the beak there. It's fine. It's just my sketchbook. I'm not trying to make this a print or anything. It's just a little study to show you how I work with ink, really. Okay, so this is where the wing is. It overlaps the body here. I think I'm gonna show you my reference in the video as well. My cat does things. She's trying to break out her food. Okay, now we have the feet. Claws. We have a very rough, pretty much in the shadow, so I don't know how much I'm gonna paint there, because I don't have that much information on them, and I'm gonna focus on the face. I think I could have put it a bit higher up as well on the composition. So back in art school, right, if you start a sketch in your sketchbook like this, you can already create like a little composition sketch for yourself, so you know better where you would place it then on the page in your sketchbook. That way stuff like this doesn't happen to you. But you know, I just don't do it. I just don't do it. Anarchy in the sketchbook. Anarchy. Okay. So we have a very, very rough, very early sketch here. And of course I'm using a lot of water for this, so it's gonna take a little longer until it dries. I can already add, let's see, now I'm already going in with a darker value, because I'm trying to block in the shapes a bit. This is a tad too dark. You can tell here that it dries pretty quickly, so this is not a really smooth transition, but I don't think anyone is going to notice. Okay, so this wing, this lower part of the wing, is going to have to be darker than this. And this is way too dark, and you can see here the dried area. Need to be a bit careful with that. Oh well, oh well. So I'm just kind of adding some, I'm dividing the big shape into some smaller shapes. Maybe it was already a little bit too brave adding all this paint down here. Okay, and now I'm actually getting some of the not yet dried pigment from here, and I'm using it here. Okay. I think this is too broad. Too broad. I love wrens, they're super cute and loud. They're very, very small, very, very loud birds. Okay, the wing actually should be going here. Just... oh, this is going to be a really long video if I'm showing my entire process. Is that going to be boring? Probably. It's only for hardcore wren fans. Oh, this is, the angle is too steep. A bit more smoothing this out here. I'm noticing this is drying pretty dark, and you can tell it's getting darker to the edges, towards the edges. That's what this ink does usually. But I think I'm going to add a dark background to this, so I'm overpainting this. It's gonna be fine. I will lose sleep over this. No. Okay. Boop, boop. Okay, I'm trying to catch the actual shape here, because of course, the my original shape was very rough, and his head isn't actually that round. So, okay, might be a bit too dark. It's fine. Now we have a bit more color in the cheek area, a bit more color here, and the wing. Now this is a bit risky because I won't be able to take it off if it doesn't look good, but I kind of want to have these markers in there to define the shape a little bit more, to know a little bit better where I'm going with this. And the edges are still very soft, so I have to assume, because it's bleeding into a wet area, that it's probably going to blend in just fine with the rest of the painting. And it's still not the darkest it could go, so okay. Where's the eye? The eye would be here. I think it's really tricky to place birds' eyes. I usually try to find the corner of their mouths, and then I try to get the distance right. Go. Okay, so I'm working with a reference photo I took at a natural history museum. Probably mentioned that at some point, some other video. I love going to natural history museums to draw, especially if they're really empty. Like usually if you're in a city that is not that big, natural history museums are usually quite void of people, and they don't have as big of a collection usually, but I mean there's only so much I can draw in a day, so it's usually nice. You can just sit down somewhere and sketch in peace. This one was from the museum in Potsdam. Yeah, I mean this is, I guess this is not the most interesting process, right? I'm just now trying to find the darker areas, lifting up some paint here because it got too dark for my taste, because this is the lightest area and I still have shadows in there, but they can't get too dark. They have to be dark compared to the brighter bits in the bright area and not dark compared to, you know, the darker areas. And you can still lift the pigment off as long as it's wet, but you can't once it has dried, so you have to be quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm already adding some of the pattern of the feathers in there, because why not? I mean, it should be like the last thing you're doing. I see it, I paint it. Okay, so this is where things get a lot darker. Yeah, you can tell this paint actually lightened a lot when it dried, so I might redo the underdrawing here, just so I know where his feet are. Here somewhere. Cat is seeing something interesting. And there's the second one. Okay. It's actually a shadow. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do for the lower bit. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this is bit darker, but again, this needs to be darker than the lower body. I'm just going with the same lighting situation as on the reference, so it's not the most beautiful lighting, it's just pretty strong overhead light. There's a little bulge, a little feather bulge in the wing. And there we have some overlap. Trying to make this a little bit more smooth. This is darker as well. Okay, so this area should actually be brighter. This should be the same color as this. Can't really get that back. Oh, we'll see. Okay, so let's see if we're placing the eye correctly. I have to get this right because I'm working with the pretty dark ink now, so if I don't get it right, it's gonna be hard to move. I don't know, I think it's fine. There. So. It's bleeding out a little bit, it's not ideal, but it's okay. I mean, it's just a drawing in my sketchbook. It's all okay. We technically are still really early on in the drawing, so we can still change a lot as we go. This area is a bit darker, a bit more of a neck. There we have some shadow there. Can make this darker so his eyebrow becomes more visible. There's some texture there. Okay. Yeah, the eye has gotten a bit too big, I think. We'll see. Let's let it dry for now. Okay. Till the paint kind of bled down there. We don't really want that. Getting a bit more aggressive now. So I want that area dark. I feel like this sort of stuff is probably what streams are for. Is this too dark? Some shape here. There we go. Oh, to be careful that the paint doesn't bleed down again. Okay. This is pretty dark here as well. The wing is still darker. Maybe already try to add some of the pattern and the feathers. Okay. So I'm just adding some pattern there as well. I'm thinking, I don't think I'm gonna take this to like a final version, because really I'm just I'm not gonna film all of this process because that's gonna take forever. I think I'm gonna take why, or do I just jump into the face now and then I'm like, yeah, we're done now. I think I wanna finish the face and I might do some additional work on this by myself, by my lonesome. Okay, so we have the brow. And the beak. Some paint the lower half of the beak. I can see the inside, so a bit of fluff, like a chin fluff. Is that a chin? Do birds have chins? Who knows? I don't think so. Not the way we do, I guess. Okay, so this area is darker. Part of the eyebrow, trying to get this darker as well with some texture in the feathers. Now when you paint feathers, you're usually not trying to paint each feather, but you're kind of finding the shapes, the darker shapes between them, if that makes sense. Look at the negative space. Oh, I think the eye in my painting is a little bit too large. So I'll try to have this area as part of this ring around the eye, and that should be actually the same color as the eyebrow, and of course I can't make that happen anymore, but if I take down the if I notch up the contrast by making the eye very dark, it should still work. Oh, it's still too wet, it's still bleeding out. Oh no. And we have a darker shadow here underneath this lid. Nah, he looks so angry. It's like, what are you doing? I am such a beautiful bird, how can you do this to me? Okay. We might have, as the feathers that kind of cover the mouth. That looks silly. And that doesn't quite work. They should here, and then this should be lighter. Okay. Now the colors, the values change a little bit as it dries, so I think this is a good moment to stop. Maybe I'll get back to it later. Oh, that's way too dark. It's way too dark. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go for a break here. I was just filming something else and turned out I took a photo instead of actually, filming. So, but I got a nice study out of it. I'm not doing this just for you. I just use you as an excuse to indulge in my love for doing studies, which I haven't done in a long time. Because it never... Wrong glass. Oh my god. Never seems justified. Like, I'm always saying to myself, oh, I'm gonna do studies for this piece or whatever, and then I don't have that much time, or I just don't take the time to do it. And I think my work would be better if I did it more. If I experimented more, because that's just where the interesting stuff is happening. Because for client work, you usually just repeat stuff you're already good at, which makes sense because you want to deliver the best you can. But that's not always the most interesting stuff. Because you're kind of playing it safe. Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna switch those because I seem naturally inclined to use this glass. Okay. Yeah, so my cat is going to be increasingly needy because we're getting close to her feeding time. Yes, it's dinner time soon, I know. Yeah. She's a very hungry cat. Yes, she is a very hungry cat. Yes, it's because I never feed her. Never. Ow, ow. Shoo, stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Yes. Do not climb my legs, please. Oh. Oh, I hate it. Yeah. Yes. She's so sad. She's a poor, poor little girl. Who never gets fed. No, I'm a cruel owner. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so cruel. You're a poor little orphan cat. Alone in a cold, dark world. Just waiting for your few morsels of dinner. Anyways, I picked a different brush, as you can tell. And I'm using it to add some more detail, because you can get really detailed with ink, so let's do that. I mean, generally you just build this stuff up pretty slowly. I'm trying to be a bit quicker for you. Also, because it's just a sketch, you know. Doesn't need to win any awards. I'm not trying to meet any personal best, I don't know, most realistic wren ever or something prize. I think the eye is too big. It's also too oval. It needs to be a bit more round. Okay, do I try to make it rounder and even bigger, or do I keep it as it is? Wait, maybe here. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Okay. Yes, I know, this wren has actual reasons to complain. What am I doing to his poor little face? Yes, it's so hard, Shu. I know, life is hard. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, it is. I love that you can see his little tongue in there. This is a really, really good taxidermied bird. Because that's hard. Not that I have ever taxidermied a bird. Absolutely not. But I have seen a lot of badly taxidermied birds. So this is a very good one. I feel like if you're a natural history museum, the rodents and the small birds are kind of where you can tell how good somebody really is. Especially the rodents. Like, I've seen so many mice that are questionable. I mean, a lot of them are just old exhibits and they just kind of kept them in. But yeah, mice in general. So last year I went to like a dark market with some collector friends, and a lot of the sellers were selling dead animals and dead animal parts and skulls and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. I have no problem with skulls that I find myself, where I know exactly where they come from, but if you're in a place and there are like skulls everywhere and from exotic animals partially, and you're like, I don't know where any of this comes from. This is doesn't feel right. Anyways, there are like a lot of vendors. I mean, a lot. There were some vendors who were doing taxidermy, and some of these little scenes, and you know, not taxidermy that's supposed to look exactly like the animal, but I guess the fun kitsch taxidermy type. And there are some really bad mice in there, and it kind of makes me sad if you have like a dead animal and you don't even bother to make it look like the animal. You're just kind of filling it with sand and put it on a teacup and call that art, and it's just feels really disrespectful. I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect there. What are you doing, cat? Oh, I think there was a treat that accidentally flew in there, and now she's trying to find it amongst my art supplies. Have fun, don't break anything. No, already given up? That's not how you get anything in life, Shu. Yeah, you can't just give up. No. No. I mean, don't go back to climbing my legs, but if you committed yourself to searching this flat for more treats you never found, you might be more successful. Yeah, she likes to complain, but she doesn't really go looking for anything. And now I'm already starting to move on to other areas. I mean, starting with the detail, it's hard to stop. Anyway, with the market, I was kind of hoping they'd have more art and crafts people, but it was, again, it was very dead stuff heavy. Also, it's way too easy to buy human body parts. It's really weird. It's this thing where I think with skulls you kind of need to have some paperwork, but with bone parts you don't. and they had these boxes that just had like little pieces of bone in there, I guess, and people were just going through them like the way I go through used books, I guess. No, bargain hunting. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, I have dead animals on my walls, but I know where they come from. I guess that's exactly the sort of talk you expected in a video of somebody painting a cute little bird. There's some more subtle details here in the light area. You have to make sure it don't get too dark. Now when we paint feathers, don't really paint every feather, we just kind of, I say we, I just kind of paint the shapes and the texture you can see. It's kind of like the negative space. Does this make any sense? Am I just rambling? Yes. Yes, yes I am. Well, let's put it this way. His eye is way too big, but that just makes this painting cute. It's just a very cute painting, but wow, does he have a big, huge eye. It's the rare huge-eyed wren. So he has some white markings in his wing, and I didn't leave the space for them, so I'm considering maybe adding some white on top to get them back, because they're really cute. Okay, so this is too light, so adding some paint there. Take this down because this is the brightest area. Actually, I think his head turned out to be a bit too dark, but you can tell. Okay, there we go. So a little bit more texture in there, a little bit more of the pattern. Maybe add more detail to the face now. Maybe, oops. Oh no. Ah, she's trying again. Still 20 minutes. Oh, it looks nicer if we have the pupil, right? Yeah. There we go. No, it doesn't. No, it just looks weird. Okay. That one goes dark a little bit too. Why did I make it worse? I might have just made it worse. Okay. Also, the mouth is going in further. That. There we go. The mouth. The mouth. Look at birds' mouths. They usually go in much further than the beak, outside of the feathered area of the head. Yeah. I think I'm just making it worse. Let us do a favor to my cat and just wrap this up now. Yes, I know. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. The eye. Yeah, it's matched. You don't notice as much when you're just so close up to it, but when I'm further away, it just looks so weird. Oh my goodness. It's terrible. I can't show this to anybody. Oh my god. Also, the neck is too short, I think. Never mind. Let's just wrap this up. Nobody needs to see this. I mean, you, but nobody watches this channel, so I'm good. It's got too dark in the head, so this doesn't work as well there, but let's just maybe leave a little bit of room light. I mean, I can't take it all the way down anyways because of the legs. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. I mean, I shouldn't have added that stroke, but never mind. Okay, so let's see. I got this lovely white brush pen last year. Somebody gifted it to me and I actually really like it. Faber-Castell, please pay me. Yeah, I'll be getting to you. Maybe I should let this dry a bit longer. But it's way more opaque than I thought it would be. Although it's getting really dirty now. Yes, I'm getting to you, Shu. 15 more minutes and you'll get fed. Yes! You can do it. You're a strong, independent cat. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is nice. I like it. Okay. So he has more of a bright brown, so let's add that. This is bigger too. Let's shorten his eye a bit. Maybe it works, I don't know. Let's see if it works. Oh. Okay, so this would have needed to be much lighter. There. And here as well. This entire area would have been lighter. This would have been brighter too. I mean, I could do this with acrylic paint as well, so. But I'm just so high on this pen as like new and fun and whatever. It works surprisingly well. He looks kind of creepy, doesn't he? There we go. There we go. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be. This is just me. It's like, oh, I'm done. I'm gonna finish this. Okay. There's a detail I can still do, and there's a detail I can still work on. And yeah, we're not gonna. I'm probably gonna need the full 15 minutes until it's cat feeding time. Okay. There we go. Yeah, let's just. Oh, maybe I can get it even smaller. He looks so disgruntled. He's so tired. He's so tired of my shit. It's like, stop it. Release me from this torture. Cute. Cute birdie. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. This is what he looks like now. It's cool. It's good. Why not? Thank you all for following this riveting process.